So for some reason this video recorded without sound. So what I'm going to do instead is I asked Grok to interview me. I think the prompt I gave it was interview me about my art. And it came up with 7 questions. Actually, it's like 7 parts, 2 questions. So there's 14 questions. All right. Get into it. Artistic inspiration. What inspires you? Oh, okay. I should also give some little context. It says, here are some tailored interview questions related to your interests in art, painting, and DIY projects based on the themes in your X posts. Okay. Artistic inspiration. What inspired you to start creating oil paintings of landscapes like Feral Cat Cove? Okay, so Feral Cat Cove is a DIY skate park in Portland, Oregon. What inspired me? Okay, so lately, the inspiration behind like a lot of my paintings is the DIY skate park vibe or skate spot type of places. I just think that to me, it's like landscape that is so beautiful, so cool, so inspiring. It's a place that I want to be, and I often think about it. I look out for things like this, like skate spots. And when I notice that someone has like gone in, like mixed some concrete and like just made something cool out of it, and it's like this little gem of a skate spot, I just think that's so cool. And yeah, I wanted to make some landscape paintings, and this is kind of what I'm drawn to in landscape is showing work that is not your typical landscape painting, and with the focus on skate parks, not skate parks but skate spots, and definitely leaning towards that edge of like created DIY vibe. Next question it asks me about that is, how do you find inspiration for your art, especially in combining elements like skate parks and natural landscapes? I think I kind of went into that. It's just I like the idea of creating landscapes, but like a normal mountain range landscape, I'm not that interested in painting. But what I am interested in painting is like a so sick DIY spot that someone made, or like it could be as simple as like a little slappy curb spot. And because of the fun that I've had at those spots, like I'm not the greatest skater in the world, but I love skating, and the fun that I've had at those spots is really what triggers the inspiration behind these landscape paintings. Technique and process. Can you walk us through your process of preparing a canvas for oil painting? Might as well just read 2 parts of this. What challenges do you face when painting large, intricate scenes like a DIY skate park, and how do you overcome them? Okay, so I guess I'll walk you through the whole canvas preparation process. I like to stretch my own canvases, and for this whole series, I don't buy stretcher bars from like an art store. I use 2x4s. I split them down the middle, and I get massive stretcher bars for a fraction of the price, and they're way more durable than anything at the art store. So I split them down the middle, so it ends up being a 2x1, and then I put 45-degree cuts on all of them, so it comes to a nice perfect square angles. But I've liked this like rectangle format. And yeah, so I make the stretcher bars myself. I do get canvas from the art store, so not exactly saving cost there, but I like a heavier canvas. And then I gesso it once I've stretched it across the stretcher bars that I've made. So I just paint like 3 layers of gesso, and then I just go in. I start working on what I want. I do usually have an idea of the spot that I want to paint, and I generally like to go in with an idea of what I am going to paint. So in these videos, you'll see me glancing off to the side, and what it is like a photo that I've taken. I'm working from like a photo reference, and it's on my laptop computer. But so I do struggle with proper scale, but I like to put it on the canvas in a way that I imagine it. So it's a little bit of it is what is there, but it's also how my memory sees it. Because I catch myself daydreaming about these spots, and after a week goes by and I'm just thinking about a spot, and I go back to the spot, it's different in reality. So what ends up happening on canvas is like this weird mix of reality and imaginary, like reality and the idealized of what I thought was happening in the space. But yeah, so that's kind of the gist of, I think I went a little bit off tangent there a little bit, but bringing it back. How do you find inspiration? We already did that. What challenges do you face when painting larger? Okay, so the challenges is like my struggle with reality and imaginary. And even though I'm looking at the real thing on the screen, how I'm putting it on the canvas is some sort of a mix-up of my imagination and the actual spot. Because I'm leaving a lot of information out about it. I'm generally focused only on the spots. Not really into like the greenery or buildings nearby to a certain extent. Okay, moving along. ASMR and visual arts. How did you discover the intersection of ASMR and visual arts, and what made you decide to incorporate this into your videos? Okay, well, this is just like playing around with ideas because like I want people to be able to stumble upon it online. So I made these paintings thinking like, oh, I guess this kind of falls in an ASMR vibe, so let's just like throw it in there and see what happens. Needless to say, I think it didn't really make any traction, or people just don't like watching these types of videos. I don't know. Don't really care. It was just kind of like an experiment. But yeah, that's kind of where it is. And now I'm on this experiment where I asked an AI to interview me about the art, because what led me into this is the audio failed. Probably because either like not enough space on my phone that I was filming on, or the music in the background was copyrighted and there was just like weird things happening. Yeah. What response have you seen from your audience regarding the ASMR aspect of the painting videos? Zero response. I don't think there's an audience for it. At least not for the way that I'm doing it. I'm also absolutely nobody in the art world right now, so TBD. But as of now, nothing. DIY projects. What advice would you give to someone who wants to start their own DIY skate spot or art project? I mean, the best advice is just follow your heart. That's it. Follow your heart. Inspiration will take you all sorts of places, and if you think you have a fun, good idea, and if it brings joy to the world and to others, I'd say follow your heart. How do you balance the technical aspects of creating a skate park with the artistic elements in your painting? What? How do you balance the technical aspects of creating a skate park with the artistic elements in your painting? I don't know. I just kind of just paint what's there. And color-wise, I like to try to aim for like concrete colors. So it's not just like gray and black, but there is like these subtle hues that come up. I don't know if I'm answering the question right. I'm just going to move on. Community and location. How has the Portland community influenced your art, particularly in terms of DIY culture and skateboarding? How has the Portland community influenced your art? Well, obviously, it's like whoever's making these skate parks is influencing me because I like skating, and it's a skate community that I want to be a part of, but I don't have the time to get involved at a DIY spot. Though it would be super fun, I would be down. I just have a 2-year-old, so it's not in the cards right now. But I have a love for painting and a love for skating, and like I've kind of been trying to figure out how to combine the two in a non-corny way. I feel like most of the successful artists that you see in the skateboard world come from like a professional level of skateboarding. So I do feel a little bit like an outsider in that aspect. But it's not about that. I think I'm just like the skateboard community and the DIY culture that exists here in Portland has influenced me in this lane of like these particular landscapes. So I'm grateful for that. Are there local artists or scenes in Portland that have particularly inspired you or with whom you collaborate? I mean, again, it's the DIY culture that's like creating these spots. And when it comes down to like curb spots, it's like it's already existed. The city just accidentally made a skate park, and it's just the fun that those little spots can bring, and the people that I meet there, it's all fun, it's all accepting. Yeah. So I think what inspires me is like the joy that I get out of all of this. And my hope, I guess, is that others would feel the same joy that I feel about these spots when they see my work. Yeah. I just want to pass on the good vibes through the stuff that I make. Technology and sharing art. How has technology, particularly platforms like YouTube, particularly platforms like YouTube, changed the way you share your art with the world? I don't think it has changed the way I share my art, except for that it's this other outlet where I'm actively letting someone watch how these things are made, how my paintings are made. I used to think that was kind of weird, but then I'm like, let's just try it, because I'm hating on it without even trying it. And So what I don't like about, or what I thought I didn't like about videos of painters making art on YouTube is that it's like you're showing how the magic trick was done. But in a way, it's cool because like I paint in a way that is different from other people, so maybe it could be inspiring or helpful to someone else. But I'm not really talking through my technique or my lack of technique. But I just paint because I like to do it, and I know I'm not the best, but that's not what it's about anyways. But yeah, YouTube hasn't changed the way I share art. It's just an extra place to put it and get some eyeballs on it. What has been the most unexpected outcome of sharing your painting journey online? Most unexpected? I'm not sure what that would be, but most unexpected. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the most unexpected thing is that like maybe I'm getting more comfortable with the idea of like someone seeing this before it's finished. I think I was uncomfortable with that. And so maybe it's unexpected that like, yeah, I don't care if they see it before it's finished. It's like, it's whatever, it's not finished. I don't know. Also, it's like this, I'm kind of new to sharing this online, so there's not that much to expect and unexpect. It's just, it is what it is. Yeah, future projects. Last set of questions. What are some future projects you're excited about? Are there new techniques or mediums you're eager to explore? Okay, so I'm going to keep it with the same medium, which is like oil on canvas, and I'm going to continue making my own canvases and stretcher bars just because it's like a way to cut costs. Plus, I think it's a way higher quality. It's like I like to be able to deliver a product that is of good quality, even down to the stretcher bars. Even though it's something that's never going to be seen, it's like I know that thing is not going to fall apart. And it'll last a long time. Anyways, some future projects though that I'm excited about. Like I have like a list of other skate spots that I want to paint. There's the idea floating around of like collaborating with a photographer and like having the photographer shoot like skaters who are like super good at these spots to like have like a dope little collab moment going on. Another thing I'm looking forward to is like right now the focus is all on Portland skate spots, but I have a list also of LA DIY spots that are super cool and fun that I've been to. But right now the main focus is Portland because it's where I'm at right now. I used to live in LA, and so there's some really rad spots there too that I'm pretty stoked about. So yeah, that is Grok. Oh wait, how do you envision your art evolving over the next few years? Okay, so this is the last question. How do you envision your art evolving over the next few years? I have been thinking about this, and right now the focus is like on a skate spot, like the scenery. I want my art to evolve in a way. So I did a series before this on just like random inanimate objects that I find bring me joy, or that I've had like a positive experience around, that I feel like people like. It's just like I love things that that add joy to people's lives. And so that's kind of what that was focusing on. Also, that is a big proponent of why I'm doing skate spots, is because of the joy that it brings in my life, to me in my life. So like future is like, I want to dive more into an abstracted world within like a reality base, but like the abstraction needs to come out of somewhere that is like more mashup-y, kind of collage, a little messier, but yeah, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit less, more literal, like this is the skate spot, but like this is the skate spot, but then there are these other components in the imagery that are talking to you as the viewer. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of like what I've been thinking about, and I haven't played with that idea yet. I just want to get some like really dope skate spots made, do a show, and have some fun while I'm doing that, and then I'll move on when it is time to move on. So if you've made it this far in the video, thank you for watching, and if you have questions, I'd love to answer. If you have comments, dope. I'm not the best at, well, I don't know. Leave a comment. Let's see if I get back to it. Yeah, like the video, subscribe, share, bleedy blah, do whatever you want, have fun, be safe, make life more enjoyable. Bye.